are back for day 3 of VBS, Who is My Neighbor? I'm Cassidy, and together we are seeing the many places in the world where God is at work. We have learned that hungry children are fed in Malawi, Africa, and that individuals are encouraged to shine their light by helping them use gifts by being a part of projecting my future in Colombia, South America. Tonight's ministry is from Rwanda in Africa. Over 1 million live in Rwanda. Rwanda is also known as the land of 1,000 hills because most of the country is rolling grassy hills. Half of the world's mountain gorillas live in Rwanda. Soccer, volleyball, basketball, cricket, and running are popular sports in Rwanda. Do you remember the theme verse for today? There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. 1 John 4:18. And what is today's theme? What kinds of things are you afraid of? What about your parents? Do you think they're ever afraid? Everyone has something that scares them, even adults. For adults who take care of children, parents, grandparents, and other caregivers, thinking about kids being hurt or having things they need can be pretty scary. But with God, perfect love casts out fear. But with God, our church works with other churches to make sure that parents don't have to be afraid about what can happen to their children. One of these parents is Angelica, who lives with her son Frank in Rwanda. In Rwanda, a violent war not that long ago left lots of little children amongst 750,000 without parents to take care of them. Frank's father died when he was only 2 years old, and his mother, Angelica, was very sick. Angelica had a serious disease called HIV, and as he got older, Frank had to help take care of her even more. Without his father and with Angelica's illness, the family was very poor, and Angelica was afraid for Frank. What do you think were some of the things that Angelica might have worried about? Angelica worried a lot about Frank's future. Frank was a good student. He worked hard and got good grades, but Angelica was scared that without money to pay for school, he wouldn't be able to get an education and a good job when he got older. They were members of the Lutheran Church in Rwanda, and the church knew that lots of the parents were worried about their kids, just like Angelica was worried about Frank. So the church started a scholarship program that would help pay for school. Our church worked with them, providing support and to get started. Frank's good grades earned him a scholarship, and he was able to go to school. Together, the church was able to help 136 children to get the supplies and money they need to go to school. When Angelica heard about the scholarship, her fears turned into joy. She said, "Indeed, God is great." There were lots of things Frank, Angelica, and their neighbors could be scared of: violence, sickness, and the future. But because God works through our church and their church in Rwanda, Frank and Angelica don't have to be afraid. They can be hopeful about their future, and so can we. So long from story time. Where in the world is my neighbor?